Hello there, this is your number one cash flow realtor, Solomon Everest, and I'm here in the biggest shopping mall, one of the biggest shopping mall in West Africa, and the biggest here in Lagos, Nigeria, the Nobari Mall, where you have ShopRite and you have games as well as other beautiful stores. This is Shango Tedo, the popular Shango Tedo axis of the Lekki Epe Expressway, after the Lagos Business School, after Abramade Saya, down the VGC Aja corridor is where you have this beauty. Now on my right hand side is the popular Epe Real Estate. Okay, it is a service estate, a luxury estate for the 1% of the 1% of this axis. Now, as you know, I am a preacher and an evangelist of real estate investment. So it's about you buying into real estate investment now that you can afford it. This is Shango Tedo. Behind here we have land selling for 20 million, 50 million naira, 40 million naira. And so the Lekki Epe Expressway is a long stretch of road from the Victoria Island axis of the Lagos Island to Epe and Epe. Now, I want to make a very important point today for those of you who want to become a landlord or a land investor here in Lagos. It is not about buying an expensive land. Real estate investment is not until when you buy a land for 40 million, 50 million, and you begin to think that is what it is. No, it's about buying affordable land at their raw states, going to where people are planning to move to. You buy land there and then you wait for them. You're also helping the government, you're also helping the city enjoy development, because if you, the investor, do not wake up to the responsibility of going to where people will be moving to for civilization to invest in real estate, nobody will do so. Now, guess what? Today on my list, I want to talk about Epe. We have been ringing Epe, and I still want to iterate Epe to you. Epe is the next frontier of real estate investment here in Lagos. That is where the future is. That is the next Ikoyi, the next Victoria Island. Guess what? It is still affordable, but it's not going to remain so for long. Right now, as I speak to you, land in Epe has moved from 200,000 as we used to know it, 300,000, 400,000, 600,000 as of last year, to 1 million, 2 million, 2.5 million. Right now, as I speak to you, we now have land for 15 million naira for a plot right inside Epe. We have land selling for 10.5 million naira right in Epe. So you see that the paradigm is shifting. The last frontier of real estate that we used to think to be very affordable is becoming expensive because of the appreciation, the movement there, the lifestyle, the presence of government, the urban living experience that is moving to that axis. You have good roads already in Epe, you have government infrastructure, you have citadel of learning, you have beachfronts, waterfronts, and all of those infrastructures that encourages massive development. Now, guess what? For people who cannot afford Shango Tedo, Aja, Lekki, and so on, they are now moving into Epe. Epe is already a tourist destination. It is a quiet environment, a beautiful, peaceful, secure community, and that is where the future of real estate in Lagos, Nigeria is. It is in Epe that we have the popular Alaro City, which is a live and work smart city, a free zone for commercial and residential activity, one of the biggest in that axis. It is also in Epe that we have the Jubilee Chalet, which is a resort. It is also in Epe that we have the Epe Resort and Spa. Not too far from Epe, you have the planned area for the proposed Lekki International Airport coming up. We already have the deep sea port coming up in Epe because the distance from Epe to Epe is just a handful. So the refinery, the free trade zone, they are all connected to Epe. Epe is going to be a high-end residential area for people who will be working and living around the free trade zone. So people are actually taking the opportunity now to secure themselves plots of land that they are either going to use for themselves or they are going to sell. I bring to you a good news of a real estate opportunity where you can buy land for 2 million naira and in no time begin to count your return on investment. Now, it's not about the return on investment for me, it's about the fact that I'm going to make you a landlord in one of the most beautiful and futuristic, progressive, potential, income potential driven area in Lagos. Now, for 2 million naira, you can get yourself a plot of land in our popular Evergreen Estate Phase 2. For 1.5 million naira, you can get yourself a land in the Phase 1. Yes, so we have Evergreen Phase 1 behind Yabatech in Epe. We have Evergreen Phase 2 opposite Epe Resort and Spa and close to other popular projects. Now, if you don't want to do the evergreen projects, phase 1 or phase 2 for 2 million, if you think you need to step up your budget, we have the lagoon front in Epe that is currently selling for 10.5 million naira for the exclusive plots and 7.5 million naira for the regular plots. We also have commercial in the lagoon front estate. So it's going to be a massive estate community with mixed development of commercial development, residential, luxury, waterfront, and all of that. Lagoon front is on its own class, and it is close to Alaro City, less than 5 minutes from the popular Alaro City. We have the lagoon front. So if you're not going to do lagoon front, if you think it is too much for your budget, for the cost of lagoon front, you can get yourself, for the cost of lagoon front, you can get yourself about 10 plots of land in Evergreen Estate Phase 2. Now let me tell you about the potential in the Epe land. Epe already is sitting in the middle of the Lagos mainland and the Lagos island. It has water, presence of water, that is the popular Epe lagoon. You have infrastructure, and the appreciation rate for land there is massively booming. It is moving. We used to talk about Epe a couple of years back, but people laughed at it. But today, it is no longer a thing to joke with. This is the best time to buy land in Epe. Anything from next year, next 2 years, will be secondary sales. But if you're buying now, you'll be among those who will be selling to those who will want to buy at the secondary market. You'll be saving yourself money as a landlord. You'll be giving yourself an opportunity. Now, for persons who just want to own land as a landlord, they don't want to invest, you can buy yourself land in Epe and become a landlord. You mustn't spend 20 million naira if you don't have 20 million naira, 40 million naira, 70 million naira, or 200 million naira to buy land in Lekki. You can get yourself a land in Epe now for an affordable rate. All you have to do is to speak to your realtor, Solomon Everest, and I'll be glad to help you. There are so many deals. There are so many deals, and if I continue to talk about them, it may not be enough. We may not have enough time in this particular video to discuss them. But these two popular deals that I've presented to you are deals that I think you will want to consider for any of your budget. If your budget is 1.5 million naira, you have Evergreen Estate Phase 1. If your budget is 2 million naira, you have Evergreen Estate Phase 2. If your budget is 7.5 million naira, you have Lagoon Front Estate. 10.5 million, you still have Lagoon Front Estate. So call me now for the best deals. I'll be glad to help you, make you a landlord, help you with the best real estate advice you can think of here in Lagos. So what do you think? If you like what you've heard, call me. Now guess what? Shangotedo used to be like what you see Epe today. But this is what we have here in Shangotedo. This is what we have here. With the emergence of ShopRite here, the land in Shangotedo that used to sell for 5 million naira picked up to 10 million naira, 15 million naira, 20 million naira, and so on. Now on my left, where we have Crown Estates after the Emperor Estate here, land is selling for 35 million naira. Can you imagine? And I know a lot of you had the opportunity to buy in Shangotedo 5-10 years ago. But now this is what it is. If you're getting a good land in Shangotedo, you need to budget 25 million naira, 30 million to 37 million naira right here in Shangotedo. A few years back, it was in the 7 million, 5 million category. The same thing for Epe. Like I said, Epe is the last frontier. Okay? Epe is the last frontier. The story you'll be hearing from next year will be mind-blowing. This is the right time. You can own multiple plots, an acre which is 6 plots, a hectare which is about 15 plots for investment. Now I always tell people the secret about real estate investment. If you're buying multiple plots, if you're investing in multiple plots, it gives you the opportunity to do what? In the future, you can sell part of it to develop the other part. So it's business for you. And guess what? You're getting an opportunity to buy the land itself, securing the land itself. When you pay for the land, there are other fees you need to pay for. They are what we call statutory fees. When you're done with statutory fees, the next phase is to regularize your document with the government. That is where people get it wrong. You must regularize your document. Whether the estate has a C of O, or is a freehold, or excision approved, or a gazette, you need to do the government part. But for you to start doing that, you need to secure the land first. And when you secure the land first, you save yourself costs. Because by the time you're done with perfecting your title, the cost of the land will increase. Yes, I can tell you the story of an estate that we sold for about 3.5 million naira or 3.7 million naira here in Abidjan, not too far from here. After Shango to do, you have Abidjan to the right. Now that estate was selling for 3.7 million naira. When the title was perfected, it sold for 10.5 million. Right now as we speak, it is selling for 15 million naira per plot. So when you buy a land at the raw stage and you perfect the title, you prepare yourself for massive return on investment. So we cannot underplay the part of government. As an investor, you're buying the land at the raw stage, you're going to where people are planning to go to, buying, preparing it for them, and you resell. So that's a big deal. You have to consider investing in real estate. That is the language now. That is where the money is. The economy, the real estate economy is truly powering a huge sector of our economy in general, especially here in Lagos. Rental income, land banking, commercial development, industrial development, and all of that. There is a huge demand for rental. So when people say, oh, why are you buying this land? Why are you selling this land? Who is going to live there? Now the truth is, as we speak, there are people who have jobs in Lekki, VI, and they live in Epe, they live in Lekki. The cost of rental is increasing. So everybody is considering buying their own land, and those who are not buying now will be paying rent to you who will be buying now. If that sounds interesting to you, then you have to pick up your phone and call me right now, 0811-364-3924. This is Solomon Everest, your #1 cash flow realtor, your #1 real estate advisor here in Lagos. Call me and I'm open for virtual inspections. If you're not in the country or you're far away, you don't need to physically be on site. I can actually guide you on a virtual tour from the road to the site. If you're in the country, you can schedule an inspection and I'll be glad to take you there to all of these sites. Thank you. Until I come your way again, Solomon Everest, your #1 cash flow realtor. So think about it. Don't snooze on it. Don't waste any time. Give yourself a good thought. Call me and let's get talking. Thank you and hear from you.